Hey guys, it's Techno Freak here, and welcome to episode 1 of my Amnesia Rebirth custom story creation Q&A video. So today is going to be the first episode of my Q&A series, where I pretty much take comments asked in the main custom story tutorial series and kind of show you, answer the questions and show you how to implement those whatever you ask pretty much. So these are going to be like quick little videos that I try to add in with my main series, just to answer questions that have been asked by a few of my my subscribers in the comment section, just to kind of answer their questions and give you a good video on it. Maybe in the future I'd create like a Discord or something for your questions. But right now I don't have that too many questions that are coming through, although I do get a good amount. I don't get enough that I feel I need to do a Discord at the moment. So for now, it'll be questions off the main series. If you ask questions in these videos, I'll probably be prioritizing any questions asked on the main tutorial series. If you ask questions in these Q&A videos, I'll still try to answer them in the video, but I will probably be prioritizing the questions asked in the other video in the main series. So these are just going to be, again, quicker videos just that I want to get out to answer a few questions. If you ask any questions in the main series, I'll go ahead and try to respond with a video if I feel it's appropriate. A lot of the times, a lot of the questions that come through are things that we've kind of already talked about, but it's just a matter of piecing together those things we've talked about into one, to create the effect that you're looking for. So today we're going to be talking about pretty much playing music when the ghoul is hunting you. So I'm going to put up the question on the comment on the screen now. I believe it was by Pat M. And the question is, how would you change the music of a ghoul chasing you? That's a pretty good question. You might not want to use that default music that's being used in by the ghoul chasing you. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that pretty much in this episode. And as a disclaimer, I might not go super in detailed about the things about some of the topics we're talking about in the Q&A video. This is more of just showing you how I would do it, and less explanations on how it's actually done, on what the function actually does. So I will reference videos from previous episodes so that you could look at those videos, kind of catch up on the knowledge about that kind of thing, and then come to this video and then see how it's implemented. So this is more of a direct answer rather than an in-depth description of all the functions and everything. So today I'll be referencing episodes 16 and 22. 16 is Ghoul Callbacks and episode 22 is music. So let's go ahead and get started on answering Pat M's question. So what I'm gonna do, we have our ghoul here. We have our ghoul here in our hallway called Ghoul Hallway, and we have a collide callback here called on collide player trigger 1. And when the player collides with this trigger area, we go ahead and run something. So if we open up our Collide application here, we have that callback right here on collide player trigger 1, and then we check to see if alt state equals 1, which means that the player entered the area. If the player entered the area, then that means that then we're going to run some code in here. Otherwise, if he leaves the area, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to return false. And if returning false pretty much implies that we don't want this collision callback to happen every single time. We only want the stuff in here to run one single time. And right now in that collide callback, we only have two things here. It's just printing a message, and it's setting the player's ability to run. So we're gonna, just for testing to answer the question, we're gonna be working in here today. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and spawn in that ghoul. So we're gonna do entity underscore set active, and for the name it was Ghoul Hallway, so we'll go ahead and type in Ghoul Hallway, and I put an S at the beginning here. Let's change that, and we're going to set it to true because we do want him to spawn in. So Now we set this to true, so now our ghoul has spawned in at this point. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set 2 callbacks. So we're gonna set a callback for when the ghoul enters hunt mode, and then we're gonna set a callback from when the ghoul enters idle. And then with these we can choose when to play and stop our music. So we're gonna say ghoul set callback, and this set callback is from episode 16, Ghoul Callbacks. So if you're unfamiliar with these, you might want to check out that video. So then we're gonna do set callback, and we want to you can select different things for when different things happen. We want enter hunt first. So when the ghoul enters hunt mode, we want to go ahead and play our music. So then we'll go ahead and say put quotation marks here, and we're gonna put the agent name. So again, this is just gonna be Ghoul hallway. So we'll type in Ghoul hallway, comma space, and now this is gonna be the function name. So we're gonna call this one on enter hunt, and then we'll do underscore Ghoul hallway, and so that's the function we're gonna run. And then we can choose whether we want to remove this callback. We don't want to remove the callback, but since it's by default false, we don't have to put anything there. So we'll just close out our thing here, and this should run every single time the ghoul enters hunt mode. And now we're gonna set another callback here. We're gonna do the same thing pretty much, but we're gonna do a different callback here. So the callback is gonna be enter idle. So when the ghoul is in idle mode, we'll stop the music. So we're gonna go ahead and put in the same info here, Ghoul hallway, and then the function name. And here we'll say the same thing pretty much, on enter idle underscore Ghoul hallway, and then we'll go ahead and close this out with a semicolon. And now we'll go ahead and hit enter here, and actually we're done with this part here. So let's go ahead and hit save. And now we have to put our callbacks for both these functions. So let's go ahead and write our callbacks right below it. So we're gonna do let's do the on enter hunt callbacks. We'll do void, and we'll just copy the name directly from here, on enter hunt, so we don't get a typo here. And we'll go ahead and close out the parentheses here. And then there's nothing that goes in here. We just type in here. So we'll just print out a message just so that we know it's working fine. We'll do clux debug message. So if we're in debug mode, we'll get a message, and the message is going to be ghoul is hunting, and then we'll close that out. And then here we can go ahead and play our music, but let's talk about the other callback first. So we'll go to the other callback. We'll do void on enter hunt, or on enter. We'll just copy this again from back here. Let's go ahead and copy our idle function here, close out parentheses, and open that up. And then we'll also print out another message here, another debug message, and we'll just go ahead and say ghoul is idle, so that we know that he's going idle now. And now we can go ahead and actually start playing our music in here now. So again, we talked about music in episode 22. So if you need to figure out more about music, I would recommend watching episode 22 of the main series, not the Q&A series. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say music play, and then we're gonna type in the file name. So I have one in there called test.mp3. The MP3. I'll show you where it is, and I'll play a sample of it for you guys in a moment. But let's just write out the name of the function here. The volume, let's only do a volume of 0.3, so that's not terribly loud, but you can obviously pick whatever volume you want, and whether or not the sound should loop, and we will say true because we're going to be stopping it when we want to stop it, and that's going to be specifically when the ghoul goes idle. And then the music priority, so this is a bit more of the important part here. We haven't talked about this specific music priority before, and that's going to be agent to hunt transition. So agent to hunt transition, this one right here. And don't be afraid to play around with the other ones and see what they do. You can actually make this music play not these specifically, like agent to alert transition. So the sound that plays while the agent like has spotted the player but isn't hunting yet. That's this one right here. You know, agent to ambient transition. So when the agent is done with his music and it's transitioning to the ambience music, then this is the transition you play. So I would play around with those, see what they do, but we're just doing this one here. And then we're gonna go ahead and stop that track when the Ghoul enters idle mode here. So we'll do music underscore stop, and then we'll hit enter here. You put in the time that you want for this track to fade away. So we'll just say 1.0 F, which just means 1 second. And then for the E music priority, we want to make sure it matches the one that we just put before, which is agent to hunt transition. So it should match this track that we just played. And then we'll close that all out with a semicolon. And we'll go ahead and save here. So with that, we pretty much have everything we need to get this to work now. So just to run it down, we spawn in our Ghoul. We put 2 callbacks, one for when the Ghoul enters hunt and one for when the Ghoul enters idle. And when the Ghoul enters hunt, we print a message just to know that he's hunting. And then we play this track called test MP3, which we'll check out in a moment. And then when the Ghoul enters idle, which means that the Ghoul has lost a player, you can go ahead and just play the music, stop the music here by calling that specific priority that you specified. And again, we also print a message here. So let me show you guys the track that we'll be playing. This is just some random song track that I have, some random song that I had lying around from one of my videos. So I'm going to go ahead and click it to play it. And there it's playing. I'll skip through it a little bit. And yeah, and that's it pretty much. That's what we'll be playing. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. And let's go ahead and launch up our program here. And let's check it out in game, see what it sounds like. Alright, so here we are in a level. So we should walk through this callback here. Our Ghoul should spawn. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and alert it. And then we should hear our music playing. So let's go ahead and step through this here. So there he is. You can see at the bottom left, it says that he is idle, which is what we want for now. And then you see Ghoul is hunting. And there our music starts playing. Let's go see if we can hide from him. He can't get in here. We don't have paths in here anyway, so he can't get in here. And we just wait for it to go idle, and our music should just fade away. And there it goes. He's idle now. You can see it says he's idle, and the music's faded away. And if we go back and we go to bother him again, our music should play again. So go ahead and alert him. He's being alerted. And then here's our music. We can let him hit us, and our music will continue to play as well. And that's it. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Not too much really. And you could do that with any other states that he's into. So play around with that. And yeah. And again, I'll be trying to answer as many questions as I can via this Q&A series. So make sure you guys ask questions if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to try to make a video on it. Again, these are quick, so if I ran through things pretty quick or I didn't explain things in depth, that is intentional. Again, I'll reference the episodes that are relevant to this Q&A, this specific question. So you can go ahead and watch those videos just to be updated on the topic. And then I just kind of show you how to stitch it together to get the desired effect. So that's it in this case here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.